Welcome to the Law of Attraction in Action. My name is Michelle Joy and I am your host, and thank you so much for listening in on my Monday solo sessions where I teach you about the Law of Attraction and all of the powerful ways it can help you in your life. So thank you everyone for listening. If you want to see this on YouTube, I will post the YouTube channel on the show notes, and just go there and you can see the exact same episode but in video. And if you are loving this show and you want to share it with other people, please do, or please rate it, subscribe, and whatever you do, just tell me that you love this, because I really love the feedback. Or you can even send me an email and I'll give you that information at the end of this show. So I really appreciate all of you so much. So today I want to talk about something that's really close and near to my heart, which is the mind, body, spirit connection around health and well-being. And many of you may or may not know, but I've been a nurse for 15 years, and I have seen chronic illnesses. I've seen, end stage. I was a hospice nurse for 2.5 years. I worked in a hospital for, 12 years, working with patients who were really sick with chronic illnesses. And one thing that I saw over and over again is how many people had no clue what the mind had anything to do with their health. Like, it's the last thing they put into place is like, gosh, I have some control over my health. And so, me being their nurse, I would spend time with my patients and actually educate them on the power of their thoughts and the power of affirmations. I actually have patients, I'd have a word on the board. I say, okay, this is your affirmation. And say, I'm getting better and better every day. Or I just gave them all this belief in themselves. And I know I've shared this in other podcasts, but one thing that I love about our minds is how they really do connect and affect our bodies. So, and when I say minds, it's also emotion, but it's what we say, what we believe. And there's just a lot of things tied into it. But on this podcast today specifically, I want to talk to you about how your body is teaching you through your pain. I know some people are like, why would my pain be teaching him anything? This sucks to go through pain. Nobody wants to go through pain. And actually, I'm really excited because one of our listeners, he is going to be on my podcast pretty soon. He has got an amazing story around chronic, horrible pain that he healed through law of attraction and using his mind. So amazing stuff. I can't wait to do that interview and share it with you guys. But I thought in the meantime, I would do my own little health video, because it is so important for all of you to know how miraculous our bodies are when it comes to teaching us things. And also how miraculous you are on how you can heal yourself. And I've done it myself. So there's lots of stories out there. And if any of you have a story, please email me. I would love to hear it. Love to have you on my show, because I really believe that so many people suffer and they shouldn't have to. And this could be a huge, long podcast, but I'm going to keep it really simple. And we're going to talk about one thing, and that is what our bodies are teaching us with being sick or in pain or through anything that we're going through where we're physically unwell. Because I truly believe that our natural state is one of wellness. And like for me, I realize, because I practice this all the time, and I practice joy, so that's a big part. I have been so healthy and I never get sick. And that's actually my affirmation. I say, I never get sick. I'm always healthy. And sure enough, like it's amazing how good I feel all the time. So I just wanted to share with you that it is possible to be healthy. It is possible to be in wellness. And, but it's one thing is just to share on this podcast in particular is that when we are sick, instead of looking at as this curse and how horrible it is, and don't get me wrong, I see and I have seen horrible illnesses and cancers, and I'm not saying this is the cure all to it all. I believe there's lots of factors, including nutrition and energy work, and there's so many great things. But this is more of how your mind can affect your health, and just how the energy around what your body's trying to teach you, which I love. I love, love, love. So, so first I want to talk to you about something that happened to me many years ago, as far as physical pain and how I healed it, or how my body healed me. That makes sense. So many years ago, I had a lot of pain in my knees. It was kind of on both knees, and it was in the back. And I love walking, but I couldn't go for walks anymore, because I'd walk just a little bit, and then it got to the point where I couldn't bend my leg at all, or my knee, because it was so painful. I was icing it, I was ibuprofen it, I was heating it, I was seeing a physical therapist, and this went on for a really long time. And so finally I actually took my soul coaching course, became a certified soul coach, and I learned about how important it is to listen to our bodies when we're not feeling well. And so I decided, through meditation, I pictured myself, a little person, go into my knees, and I put a little chair in front of my knees, and I asked my knees, I said, what are you trying to teach me? And what I got immediately was, you need to take bigger steps. And so, of course, that intuitively meant to me that I needed to take bigger steps in my life. I just became the soul coach, and I'm like, I need to get this message out there. There's so much great stuff from this. And so I ended up taking a big step and taking over this meetup group that absolutely changed my life. And what that meetup group looked like is an established group. It had 500 members. I never been to the group before. I never taught a class in my life. And my big step was, I took the group over when someone asked. So, but the best part about it, there's many good reasons for it, but one of the things that I loved is, right after I made the decision, my knee pain went away, like completely gone. And it's been gone since. That's 7.5 years ago. Occasionally I'll get a little tweak, and then I just tap in. I'm like, all right, what are you trying to teach me? I also had another situation with my back. And I know a lot of people have back pain, and, mine it didn't get as bad as a lot of people, but, and as a nurse, nurses hurt their backs all the time. And all those years I was a nurse, I never once hurt my back. But guess where I hurt my back? I hurt it while I was sweeping. So I'm not saying cleaning your house is dangerous, but I was sweeping. But I also have to preface this by saying, during that time in my life, I gave up on my passion and purpose. I was going full force and, believing in, I want to teach law of attraction, and I wrote a book, but I never did anything with it. And I had all these things. And then on one day I just had this upper limiting, and I freaked out, and I quit everything, including my meetup group. I'm just giving this up, and I'm just going to focus on nursing, because I was a hospice nurse at the time. It took up a lot of my energy. And so, it was during that time that I got the back pain. And so it was so bad. I was seeing a chiropractor and an acupuncturist, and I was, taking tons of ibuprofen and icing it. Like, it was so painful, and nothing was working, like nothing. And then one day I decided, you know what? I miss teaching. Like, teaching is my heart and soul. This is why I love doing this podcast. You probably all can hear it from me. I love to teach. And so I just decided, I need to go back to it. And so I restarted my meetup group, and immediately my back pain went away. And so the message to me was, I was holding myself back. My back was telling me something I needed to do. So I love what our bodies are always teaching us in all these lessons. I also had problems with my eyes. This is soon after I had a spiritual awakening through meditation, and I was not able to see out of my eyes. It was called pars planitis uveitis, which is basically inflammation behind your macular. And so everything was kind of swimming. It was really, really difficult. And so what I ended up doing is I went to the eye doctor, the specialist, and they're like, well, you probably need injections, steroid injections, but let's go ahead and just do eye drops and see how that goes. And I said, okay, we'll try that. In the meantime, I really believe my third eye was opening. Like, it was during this time, like all of these, I was getting very intuitive. I was getting drawn to books. That's where I became drawn to my soul coaching book, Denise Lynn's The Soul Loves the Truth, which is how I was drawn into becoming a soul coach, which really started this whole amazing life of mine now. But the eyes, what they taught me at the time as well, is how powerful I am. Because once I started doing affirmations and saying, my vision's perfect, my vision is perfect, and I said, like, all the time, when I went to the doctor next, it was the eye drops work miraculous. They said, oh, these never work that well. And the last thing he said to me, he goes, wow, your vision's perfect. And I haven't had a problem since. So, I'm giving you all these stories for me, but I know there's a lot of people out there who have similar, if not more miraculous stories. I've heard lots. And like I said, I'm going to have some on my podcast soon. But I just want you to just take this, what I'm teaching today, just to like tap into your body and really listen and say, okay, what are you teaching me? How can I grow from this? What does this pain mean? We are not there to suffer. I really don't believe that. And a really great movie that I just watched recently on Netflix called Heal. That's Heal. I would definitely check it out because it's all about the mind, body, spirit connection. So that's a great resource. But, and Heal Your Life, that's the Louise Hay. That's the stuff that I'm a licensed Heal Your Life teacher. And it is, Heal Your Life. Louise Hay has like helped millions of people with curing their cancers and curing their chronic illnesses and all that. And by listening to their bodies and coming from self-love and no longer saying, oh, this body's just crap. If we say bad things to our body, they are not going to work. In fact, I have an example recently where I'm in the process of on a new nutrition plan. I'm, getting healthier and losing weight. My goal is to lose weight, but also get healthier. And so I started this a couple weeks ago and I started getting really frustrated. I'm like, the weight is coming off, but not as fast as I want. Like, I'm like many people, like, why isn't it faster? And so one day I recognized, like, I'm just getting mad. I started really saying things out loud, like, oh, I'm just not losing weight. It's just so hard for me to lose weight. And of course, my partner lost he lost 21 pounds in 3 weeks. And I'm like, I lost 10 pounds in 3 weeks. It's still good. But like at that time, I felt very like, why? I don't feel any different in my body. Why am I not losing the weight? And it's because I kept saying that. And I kept getting like mad at my body. Does people do that? Does anyone get mad at their body? Okay, probably all of us. But I was getting mad and I was saying, why can't you lose weight? And then it dawned on me. So I also want to preface this. I had some facts, right? So on Saturday, I weighed myself. And then that was Tuesday where I'm like, okay, why am I not losing weight? Sure enough, I checked the scale and I hadn't lost any weight. And so I started to like, okay, I'm going to change the way I think and do things because I'm a law of attraction coach. I should know better. And I started my affirmations. I started saying I'm getting thinner and thinner and I just love my body and thank you so much for working. And I even made a guided meditation, which I'm more than happy to share with you all. But on that, I just really visualize this healthy body and just be so grateful that your body works. And so what ended up happening was within a couple days, actually 2 days, my belt notch went in 2 notches within 2 days. And by Saturday, so Tuesday to Saturday, I did lose 3 pounds. And I am noticing now that the weight is falling off. I feel great. And it's just like, but I'm using my affirmations. So power of the mind, power of what you can learn from your bodies and take those lessons and listen to your bodies. These will all serve you. And you are an absolute powerful creator of your life. You have control over your health. You have control of your well-being. And, you may say like, Michelle, really? It's not easy necessarily because we have these chronic thoughts going over and over again. So, if you were looking for a coach, I'm happy to help coach you on that because I do believe that we need that support to like kind of reframe our thoughts and reframe what we're thinking. Sometimes we don't even notice we're doing it. So anyway, I hope this all helps you guys. I'm very excited about this health journey that I'm on. I'm actually just signed up to be a health coach with the Optavia, which is the program that I'm losing weight from. It's just amazing. So, it's just adding it to my toolbox of things, how I can help others because it's helping me so much. But I also know that everybody out there who's listening has the ability to heal themselves, has the ability to learn these lessons from their body and live extraordinary lives. So thank you so much for listening to my podcast. I know I went kind of fast, but I just get so excited about this information. If you want to learn more about me and what I have to offer, just go to my website at michelle-joy.com. That's MICHELE-JOY.com. And also, so you can send me an email if you have a story or a question or anything. I'd love to hear from you. I do respond to my listeners. It's Michelle at LOA, and again, it's Michelle with one L, at LOA miraclemindset.com. And I would love to hear from you. And again, I will post all of this in the show notes. So I'm here for you. I may just be a voice out in the voice world, in podcast land, but I am a real person and I love to help. And also, please join the Facebook group that I have for this group and anyone else who wants to connect, but it's a way to connect community. I do post positive things there. And also my own private personal Facebook page, I do my 365 days of joy. So every day I'm sharing my joy, and but all that information is on my website. But I just wanted to share with you that I'm here as a resource, and I hope this all helps you. So thank you so much for listening, everyone, and have a wonderful day and happy manifesting.